Hello there. So this is going to be a tier list for MCC levels in Halo and how good they are for the weekly challenges. I've been grinding weekly challenges every week. Well, almost every week. I miss some here and there. But I've been doing that for years now. I'm pretty close to the max rank. I'm high up in tier 1. I actually have MCC up right here. I'm pretty high up in tier 1, so I can say I know what I'm talking about with these levels and how good they are for the weekly challenges. So for a reference, we do have the challenge tab right here. I'm not. This is not related to PvP at all. Just weekly PVE and whatever tactical exercises that are down here. These don't really have much of an effect on the level rankings because these are just like general things. You're just gonna get these done if you just play the game. This is just killing Covenant. This is just doing a campaign playlist, and I'm pretty sure these are the same every because these reset, I think, once every 3 weeks, and I'm pretty sure they're always the same. So, but without further ado, let's get started. So, just to explain some things, exceptional, these ones are going to be levels where you can get multiple challenges done in one mission. Where many times, because I have fully, like, narrowed it out, and I have the best levels from each game, there are, most of the time with my challenges, for all 10 weekly challenges to complete, usually I finish it in 3 to 4 levels. Sometimes I can get the perfect 3, because you need at least 3 missions beaten, but I've very consistently been able to get 4, 3, 5, anything from there, so you don't have to go fishing through tons of different levels in order to get all of your weekly challenges. So, without, these are non-applicable. These are story levels. These don't have any impact on anything, and this is just a Halo level tier list, and these are Halo 5 levels. Halo 5 is obviously not part of MCC, probably for the better, so these are not applicable. So, first of all, we have Pillar of Autumn. So, one other thing to keep in mind is that there are different weeks. It's in a 3-week rotation. So 1 week is 2 games. So week 1 is Halo Reach and Halo CE. Week 2 is Halo 2 and Halo 3 ODST. And week 3 is Halo 3 and Halo 4. How these work is there are missions where, actually I can pull it up right here in MCC. Let me wait for my recording software to catch up. Okay, there it is. So where is it? It's these right here. So for this week, we're on week 3 right now. This is complete campaign or Spartan Ops missions in Halo 3 or Halo 4. The way these weeks work on rotation is they switch out between all of those. So the week after this, after these 5 days, 21 hours, 57 minutes, it's going to be Halo 1 week again, and you'll get, this mission will switch to Halo Reach and Halo CE. So this is just like a basic thing to understand. If you've done the challenges a lot, I'm sure you can understand this, but exactly. So let's get back to it. The Pillar of Autumn, this is actually an exceptional level. It's exceptional for Halo 1 week, because in Halo 1 week there are multiple missions. There's obviously I Spy for getting your golden MOAs. Pillar of Autumn has probably the single easiest MOA locations of any level. I'd say it's tied with Delta Halo. We're going to get to that later. This is another great level. But Pillar of Autumn has great MOA locations. It's a fast level, so you get your under 20-minute mission completion time. You have a lot of UNSC weapons, which is what you're going to be using in Halo 1 week. It's just an amazing level for week 1, and I think it's probably one of the best levels in week 1. It's going in exceptional. Halo. Now, you would think that this would actually be really good, but it's kind of not, actually. Its golden MOA locations are decent, not as good as Pillar of Autumn, and also it's not good for the under 20 mission, the under 20-minute mission either, because most times I run this level, it's just a tad over 20 minutes. You can't beat this under 20 minutes comfortably, even on normal. It's just, there's more ground to cover. You have to really be rushing through it. When in Pillar of Autumn, it's very natural. You'll beat this in 10, 15 minutes tops, naturally. But Halo, you have to really try to get it under that 20-minute mark. But it's still okay. It still has all your UNSC weapons. It's got that sniper that you can use at the drop pod, which will help you rack up a lot of kills if you do the whole cliff strat like I do. it's decent. So I would put it in the good tier. Truth and Reconciliation. If you have any sniper mission. Now, with these weeks for the games, you don't have to. There is a mission relating to those games for the week, so you will have to play them. But say you're on Halo 2 week, which has a notoriously kind of annoying mission to get 75 sniper kills during Halo 2 week. You can go to Truth and Reconciliation, and obviously, if you know this level at all, that is very easy to do. I actually don't know the Golden Moa locations for this level off the top of my head, but given it's CE, I imagine they're not that bad. So this is a good level. I'd put it above Halo, though. Silent Cartographer. From what I remember, this one is just kind of run-of-the-mill. Very similar to Halo. It's not an extremely long level, but not short enough to be super quick. I guess if you wanted to do like the legendary missions for Halo 3 week, which are actually up right now, then this could be a decent level for it, because it's a fairly balanced level. It'll be a really fun ride to do it. So I'd put it in the good tier. Assault in the Control Room. This is actually a very good one. I wouldn't put in an exceptional, because it's not super crazy. Golden Moas, I actually don't know their locations, because I've never used it for that. But for any kind of heavy metal missions, like you need to get a ton of kills, you need to kill some things with vehicles, this is a great level. So I would put this in good. Top of good, and it's probably going to stay up here. 343 Guilty Spark. This is actually a decent level. Contrary to what you might think. It's purely for the time achievements, as well as just getting your Halo 1 missions wrapped up for the week. Because it's very fast. If you know the level's layout, you can beat it in 9 minutes. It's probably something like what my record is. I wouldn't put it above Assault in the Control Room, just because you can get a lot of other stuff on this level, but I would put it probably here. It's a good. We have the Library. This level, Golden Moa locations, I don't know. Probably not too bad, but also they could be confusing because the whole level is pretty much the same geography throughout the entire thing. You are just fighting a lot of Flood infantry, and you'll use UNSC weapons, I guess, but you're probably not beating this in under 20 minutes. I mean, I do have like a record time on Legendary on this mission of like 25 minutes, which is one of my more proud Halo achievements, but it's just not that great. Would I put it in bad? Probably, yeah. I don't think there's any level that is truly worthless for challenges. You can get levels in pretty much anything, but this is definitely on the lower tier of things. Two Betrayals. It is a run back of Assault in the Control Room. It's just worse, because there's no tank, and you're backtracking, and it's a very long level. I'm not privy to their Golden Moa locations. They're probably not that bad, because Assault in the Control Room is pretty easy to navigate, I feel. Even with its samey architecture, it's really not that bad. I'm going to put it at top of bad, because there's just really nothing special about it. Keys. This is a tough one. If you really want to just rack up like enemy kills, I guess you could do this one, but Keys is a notoriously pretty hard level, just with some certain encounters, as well as it being just really easy to die in some spots. I believe I have done its Golden Moa locations before, and they're not so bad, but it's a hard level, I feel. There's a few segments where the Flood will just ambush you, and there's a very good chance there's grenades on the ground that'll set off chain explosions. It's just not the greatest to deal with, honestly. I'm going to put it above the Library, probably? Or below? I'm going to do below, because it is kind of similar, and just you're only fighting infantry, but it's just hard. So it's not... I would say it is harder than the Library, I would say that. The Maw. This is actually not too bad. Golden Moa locations are pretty good, and you can actually beat this in under 20 minutes. I do like kind of start it, whenever I do Halo 1 week, I pretty much only play Halo 1, and I'll start with Pillar of Autumn, then do like Assault in the Control Room, and then I'll do the Maw, and it feels pretty satisfying. It's pretty good. It's not exceptional, not at all. But it has golden MOAs. It is kind of stretching it to get that 20-minute mark, but it is really fun. I think I would put it right here, right above Truth and Reconciliation. I don't think it's as good as Assault in the Control Room. And that actually wraps up Halo 1. So now we are on to Halo 2. For some reason, these levels are unordered. I don't really know why. It doesn't really matter, though, so I'm just going to kind of let it roll. Cairo Station. I believe I've done the golden MOAs here at some point, but if they weren't that good, then that's probably why I haven't done it recently. But it's okay. It's a run-of-the-mill. I'd put it in the same level as like one of these. I'd put it a little below Truth and Reconciliation. It's okay. Nothing super crazy, but it is good. Gravemind. A very, very long level. If you want to get your Covenant weapon kills, if you're doing Halo 2 week, this could be pretty good. Oh, if you want to get, because a part of Halo 2 week is getting a 20,000 score in missions, I think this is a decent level to do that in. Decent. I'd put it like low good. Not that great, but it's okay. Uprising, this is a notoriously very quick level. There are actually ways you can speedrun this level. My record time on this one is about 4 minutes, I think. But it is a fun level. You've got some vehicle sections, so you can do some of that. I don't know if I've done its golden MOAs, but they're pretty, from what I remember, because I think I've done them at least once, they're pretty decent. I'd put it about here. Maybe above Truth. Nah, right there is fine. High Charity. This is a flood-centric level that's very short. I guess if you want to do this during Halo 1 week to do a very fast run, I guess you could, but there's just better levels for it. And it's, I don't think, this isn't a very fun level. I don't think many people are fiending to play High Charity. So I would put this at probably bottom of bad right now. The Great Journey. This is actually a pretty good one. Good golden MOA locations, lots of vehicle sections, so if you want to get high scores, you can do that. Lots of different weapons that you can use, mainly Covenant if you're doing Halo 2 week. Boss fight is easy if you know how to get a Banshee in there. I would say this is a great level, because if you're trying to get any kind of scoring, any level that has vehicles is your go-to, because vehicles give you massive multipliers when you start racking up kills on them. Granted, in Halo 2, it is the hardest to do that, because for some reason, in Halo 3, if you destroy an enemy vehicle that isn't occupied by an enemy, it gives you score. So if you accidentally kill the enemy first, and then blow up the vehicle, you still get score, but in Halo 2, it doesn't work like that. And if you kill the enemy first on accident, you don't get credit for killing the vehicle, which is very weird. I don't know why it's like that, but it's still a very good level. I would put it top of good. Outskirts, notoriously extremely fast level. I don't actually know if I've done this one's golden MOAs. I have to imagine they're easy though. It's a very quick level, get you those fast levels out. It'll get you on your way to completing your Halo 2/Halo 3 ODST missions of the week. Very, very good level. I'd put it... Yeah, I'd put it top of good, actually. Metropolis, another great level. Very similar to Great Journey, except just a little shorter, I think. And you can get some pretty high scores on this one, because, you know, it's a tank level. But this is definitely where I figured out that whole vehicle thing, but this is just a great level for it. It's short, sweet, fun all the way through, and you're going to get some high scores. You're going to get your mission done. It's going to be great. I would not put it as high as Outskirts, but right below it. The Arbiter. This one actually has a very specific usage that I like to use it for. If I'm ever struggling to finish either my sniper mission or my Covenant weapon mission, this is where I go, because the level is the Arbiter, you're fighting heretics, there is not a single UNSC weapon throughout this entire level. It's all Covenant, and it's a pretty easy level at that. Double Needler, or Carbine, or Energy Sword, anything just destroys everything, and you'll rack up those points. It's a very quick mission, and short and to the point. I would put it above Outskirts, actually. I think I would. Let me get a drink. Now, in polar opposite, we have the Oracle. which is a very dragging, long flood level. Probably the worst level in Halo 2. It's just not great. It's nothing like this level. Is it worse than High Charity? Yes, because it's longer. You have the whole elevator section, you have those wave sections. It's just not good for challenges at all. In complete contrast, we have Delta Halo. This is Halo 2's single best level for challenges, and it's going above Pillar of Autumn and exceptional. This map has extremely easy golden MOA locations. It has a vehicle section that allows you to get high scores. It's not too long. It's fun all the way through. You can get all kinds of weapon kills. You have snipers there too that spawn for you. You have the whole sniper jackal section. You can get all that. It's the best Halo 2 level for challenges by a large margin. Right after it is Regret. Not quite as good, but you still have all your sniper sections. It's pretty, it is quite a bit longer. Not quite as good. I'd put it right below Truth and Reconciliation, I think. It's okay. It's just, you have a lot of sniper sections, which is valuable because that's not easy to find. It's alright. Sacred Icon, not good. If you're noticing a theme here, the flood levels are not really that great for challenges. There aren't really... Man, they really should add monthly challenges for killing flood enemies, but they don't for some reason. This level is kind of terrifying, honestly, and it makes you just kind of want to run through it. There aren't even that many enemies anyways. Just not great. It doesn't drag quite like Oracle, but I'd put it here. Quarantine Zone. This one's actually not that bad, even though it's a flood level. You have vehicle sections that make up for it because you can get high scores and all that good stuff. I would put it probably below Regret, I think. It's a good enough level. I've run it for challenges before. It does kind of drag, it's pretty long, but at the very least you kind of have that breather at the end where when you get on the gondola, you can just hop up with a grenade jump and just sit in there, clipped into the wall, no flood can get to you, and you just kind of chill for like 10-15 minutes or so, do whatever like other things you want to do, make some food or something, and then come back, finish the level, and then you're done. Yeah, pretty good. Sierra 117, not really anything significant going on here. Easy golden MOA locations, but it's the first level of the game. It's not anything like Pillar of Autumn. It's okay, just nothing crazy. I'd put it about here, maybe. Yeah, I'd put it about here. No, below. Yeah, no, below Uprising, because Uprising at least has vehicle sections. Crow's Nest. Not great, honestly. I think you could rack up your headshots for the week pretty easily in this one. And I imagine golden MOAs aren't that hard, but that's really it. It's not quick enough to be a super fast mission. You're not getting high scores on this. Just headshots, pretty much. No special weapons like snipers or like shotguns or anything like that. Yeah, just nothing crazy here. I would put this at like bottom. Hell, actually, you know what? I think this would be a bad. It's just probably lower down, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna put this here. Alright. Savo Highway. This is actually a pretty good one. Golden MOAs are pretty easy, as far as I'm remembering. I actually don't know if I've done them, so I don't know about that one. But it's a quick level. If you get through where the bridge is broken, when the cruiser flies over you, there is, if you try it enough, you can get the Warthog through and over the gap, and then you can just drive the rest of the level, get to those choppers by the bridge, and then use them to get up to the Wraith, hijack it, and end the level. Very quick, sweet to the point, get your Halo 3 levels done for the week. It's a very good level. I'd put it right here. Here. It's a good level. So we have the Storm. This is a pretty good level. I realize I haven't actually run this one very much for challenges, but this is pretty good, actually. You've got not necessarily vehicle sections, but just enemy vehicles that do add a lot to your score. You've got a lot of weapon variation. You have the Scarab, and then the whole section at the end. Yeah, this is a pretty good level. Nothing super crazy. I would put it... Oh, wait, I grabbed the wrong level. My bad. That's for later. We have the Storm. I'd put it above the Maw, I think. Floodgate. Pretty quick mission. I think that's pretty much the main merit of this. I think luckily Halo 3's Flood are very easy to headshot, so I think you could rack up your headshots in this level pretty easily, but other than that, there's not too much to it. It's just a kind of mid-level. Put it around here. Oh boy, we got some bangers here. The Ark. This is an exceptional level. I will say, for both the Ark and the Covenant, the levels are so massive and have so many Golden Moa locations that it is kind of hard to find them. And that is a drawback of these levels. However, everything else you could possibly want, whether it be score, specific weapons like shotguns, snipers, sword, or like gravity hammers, anything, or getting high, or I might have mentioned getting high scores, but these are some of the highest scoring levels you could have. In fact, actually, let me do both of these. Well, is Delta Halo better? It might actually be. But these levels just have extremely high scores to them. They are long levels. They're very fun, but they are long. I would say Delta Halo is better just because it provides pretty much the same things, provided you're playing on Heroic or so, but it's just not as long. But these levels, you can rack up so many kills, I think it kind of balances out. Maybe they are better. I think this is very like contentious right here. I think I'm gonna do this. I think that fits. I think all three of these levels are great for challenges. If you do any of these, you're set. The Ark and the Covenant are very similar levels. They can be talked about pretty much the same. The only difference is really the Covenant has the Flood at a point, which just gives some easy headshots. That's really the only difference. I do think the Covenant is a little bit better than the Ark, just from a level standpoint, so I think it is a little better because it's an enjoyable level that you can have fun with while you're doing these challenges. I always run the Covenant. So these are some of the best levels in the entire franchise period and for challenges. And then we have a stark contrast in Cortana. Much like a lot of these other enclosed Flood levels, just not great. I will give it some things because Halo 3's Flood are easier to fight and headshot. Probably top of bad. No, not top. I'd put it there. Just not great for challenges at all. Not at all. I don't think I really need to say much. Halo. This is actually a very, very good level. Not so much for scoring, because there's no big vehicle section other than the Warthog run, but it's not a vehicle section, it's a driving section. But headshots are very easy to rack up here because of a lot of unshielded Flutter coming at you, no carrier forms to deal with or anything like that. You can get Golden Moas very easily, and something I like to use this level for personally because I don't really like Halo 4. I'm going to try to be fair to Halo 4 when ranking these, but I don't like playing Halo 4. And there is a mission during Halo 3 week to get 50 kills with Forerunner weapons. I actually like to get to the room on the side of the canyon wall after you escape the control room after Johnson's death and everything. And the Sentinels there obviously drop Sentinel beams, and I like to just reset checkpoint on that and get that mission out of the way so I don't have to play another level, and also so I don't have to play Halo 4. Man, where do I rank it? Is it exceptional? I am not certain it qualifies. Man, I don't know, actually. It's at the bare minimum top of good, but I don't know if it makes the cut for exceptional. I do think... No, because you can beat this level pretty easily on Legendary, I feel. I'm going to put it in exceptional. I always use it. I think it's pretty great. Should I put the Arbiter in exceptional? No, because there's no, like... Well... This is kind of... Some of these you can... I'd say anything up here. Like, not so much on, like, the bottom good. Well, actually, this should probably go down. Top half of good and exceptional are things you should probably be shooting for with challenges every week. But I think I'm pretty happy with this. Arbiter is top of A, just a little bit holding it back. There's no like massive vehicle section. There is the Banshees, obviously, but it's just a great level. But these, I think, make the cut for the 5 best. I don't know if there actually are any other exceptional levels. I don't think so. Let me take a look. We'll see. Okay, I think I see some possible candidates, but we'll see. Tayari Plaza, just a very simple, quick level. Yeah, nothing really much to it. It's just, like, good. It's mid. Here, you know what? I'm going to make a mid tier, actually. I think that will help with this a lot. Yeah, let's make a mid tier. And then I think, starting from here, everything below this. Oh, whoa. Hold up. I would probably put Gravemind in mid. I think this is okay. These mid levels, don't be deceived by the term mid, both in this and just entirely. Mid means it's like middle, not bad. It's just middle. Like, I run 343 Guilty Spark a lot, but I can acknowledge that really the only thing it's good at is just getting a mission done quickly and under a 20-minute time limit. That's really it with 343 Guilty Spark. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Uplift Reserve. This is almost identical to Savo Highway, actually. So I think I would give it the exact same rating. It's actually, you know what? I'd rank it above just because this doesn't have any section where you have to do some dodgy jump with a Warthog in order to keep going. So I would put this above Savo Highway. Alright, Oni Alpha Site. It's been a while since I've played this mission, actually. Hold on. You have the whole bridge section, and you go into basically the firefight map. Nothing super crazy. I'd say it's like top like maybe middle mid something. Just not super great. Kazingo Boulevard. This is a decent one. Probably one of the better ones in 3 ODST. No, there's some better ones actually, but it's got a tank section, and that's the important bit because you can get some high scores. I'd put it top of mid because there are just better tank levels, but it at least is a tank level. NMPD HQ. If you're fishing for your sniper missions, this is actually really good right here. I would put this in the good tier. Probably around here. Is it better or worse than Regret for sniping? I would say better because it has more of a focus on it and it's not as long. Truth and Reconciliation, though? Better than Truth and Reconciliation, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Just a very good mission to get sniper missions done and get your Halo 2 set all over with. Kikowani Station, a very long level from what I remember. You have the whole Scarab section. This would be good for scoring, actually. This is a good mission for scoring. I'm going to give this a good ranking, probably about here or so. I'm not super knowledgeable on it, but just knowing how the level plays out, man... Are Golden Moas present in Halo 3 ODST levels? I actually don't. Okay, yes, they are. They are. But I have to imagine that given that you're using a Banshee and everything, that they're not too bad. Data Hive, this is bad. It's all indoor, not really many scoring enemies, pretty long. I'd put it probably here. Just not great. It's just not great. It's not a very fun level to play, in my opinion. Coastal Highway. This is partially a tank level. Great for scoring. It's the last level. It's very fun. You get some cool backdrops with the carrier glassing New Mombasa and everything. I have to imagine its Golden Moas are pretty good. This is a good level. I would put this right here, I'd say. Alright, now we get onto Reach. Now, I will say something right here. Because of just the differences between Reach's PVE and a lot of the other games, I feel like Reach generally scores lower, even with very similar aspects, because Reach is just harder than the other games. Like a tank level in Reach does not feel like a tank level in CE. And it doesn't help that Reach is going up against CE, kind of, because they're part of the same week's worth of challenges. So it's kind of tough on Reach. Winter Contingency, if you want to get a level done fast, this is a good one to do it. I would give this like a bottom, maybe a little high, like a bottom good, just because you can get this done really fast, get some headshots in, and it's pretty good for that. I don't know why Lone Wolf is right here. I actually don't know if this level even counts for challenges because of its nature in it ending when you die. I have to imagine it probably doesn't. So I think I'm actually going to put this in non-applicable story levels because your kills in the level should count, but I don't know if completing the level, quote-unquote completing, actually counts for anything. I'd have to check, but for now, I'm just going to put it in NA. Oni Sword Base. Got some decent level vehicle sections. You have the part at the end. I'd say it's kind of mid. Probably not quick enough to be super fast enough for 20 minutes. Probably not enough score to get super high. I'd give it a mid around here. Nightfall. Very, very long level, but if you're trying to get your sniper missions done for like Halo 2 week or something, this is a decent one to do it in. Granted, I will say Reach's sniper against its AI is just not as good, but it's still a sniper. So this does have a niche at least. I would put it probably top of mid. I think there are just better sniper levels overall. Like I think Truth and Reconciliation does what Nightfall is trying to do like 10 times better, but still. Tip of the Spear. So a semi-vehicle level kind of does drag, though. I mean, I guess through all of Reach you could get your headshots, but you could definitely get your UNSC weapon kills up, that's for sure. Because UNSC weapons are way better than Covenant weapons in Reach, like not even close. So you can definitely do that, but the level does drag. I don't think you're getting any specifically high score or anything like that, so I would put it somewhere in mid, probably about here. Yeah, a little below Kazinga Boulevard, maybe a little lower, actually, like here. Long Night of Solace. Now, I'm not 100% sure if Saber kills count as vehicle kills, but I have to imagine they do, plus it's just really fun. So I'm going to put this in the good tier. It is a very long level still, but you could get some really good scores here because of the space section. Actually, I'm going to put it higher than this. Let's go... You know what? Better than Assault in the Control Room? Probably not. I'm going to put it below Assault in the Control Room because you can just get really high scores. It's the same thing you use Assault in the Control Room for. I don't know if it actually has golden MOAs. Reach has golden MOAs, right? Yes. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So, I imagine they're probably not so bad in this one. Exodus. A very long level, kind of drags, not too much scoring. Well, I don't know about drags, but just not a lot of big moments where you could get a lot of score. I would put this as a mid-level. Not better than Sword Base. Oh, hello, Flood Theme. New Alexandria. This one is good. Because this is I think one of, if not the only levels in the game where you can infinitely farm score. So, like, if you're just really bad at Halo and you need to get 20,000 score or something, and you have to play it on easy, you can do it on this level. Granted, you're going to have to be killing Banshees for, like, 2 hours, but you can do it. And I think that does have merit to it. It's a very explorable level. Whenever it does have golden MOAs, I actually haven't used it for that myself, even though I probably should. But you don't have to worry about going too far in the level and then missing one, because this level is completely open. You can go anywhere. You can backtrack. You can go to places you're not supposed to be. You can get everything. So, man, would I actually say this is exceptional? I think I would actually say this is exceptional. Bottom exceptional, but it's unique compared to the other levels and fills a niche, probably for both like players who aren't used to like these high scoring missions. Like, I mean, Yeah, I've run the Covenant on Legendary almost every week for 2-3 years now, but that doesn't mean everyone can do that. But so if you're trying to get high scores or something like that, this is probably the mission for you. And I think this level fills some niches that no other levels can do. In infinitely spawning enemies, backtracking, all that stuff. All the stuff I just talked about. This is a great level. The package. The package. I don't like this level, and I don't like it for challenges either. You can get high scores because it is a vehicle level, but it's... Halo Reach is PVE just kind of suffers, I feel. Because Reach's tank, nowhere near as strong as any of the other tanks in, I think, any of these games, actually. I would put it bottom good, just because you can get some high scores here. You have a lot of enemies to face, so you can get a lot of those missions done. If you really want to do it, you can, but I wouldn't put it much higher than this. Pillar of Autumn, very long mission. Oh, you could get some good scores on this one because you have the Mac at the end. Yeah, this is a good one. You have all kinds of different weapons available to you. I would put this pretty high and good. Not better than the Mob, but like right here. It's a pretty good level. And now we're on to Halo 4. Halo 4 isn't the worst for challenges, honestly. I don't run it personally because I just don't like playing Halo 4, but excuse me. But I can see its merit. Dawn, pretty quick level. I could see this being used for time challenges. But other than that, not much. I'd put it bottom good. Requiem, another good one for doing time challenges, actually. Not too many enemies, you can get through it real quick. But nothing super crazy. I mean, you can do other levels for this. Like, you could do Savo Highway, which is probably quicker, question mark? I'm actually not sure. I would put it about here. I think Savo Highway does what it wants to do better. So I would, because Savo Highway, you don't have to get out of the Warthog if you are skillful with it and you reset the checkpoint and you go to the ramp. Requiem, you do. So I would put it, I'd probably put it top of mid, actually. Next is Forerunner. This is when you can start using Forerunner weapons, and the level isn't extremely long, so you could get your Forerunner kills in here and such, so it does serve a purpose. I'd put it like here. Infinity, this is a very long level, a very, very long level, but it is a tank level, and you can actually get some really good scoring. Well, both a tank and a Mantis level. You get great scores. It's long, so you can kill a lot of things. You can use Forerunner weapons. I would say this is probably the single best Halo 4 level for things. I would put it probably about here. I'd probably gonna knock down Forerunner a little bit. Reclaimer. Nothing crazy here. Most of the work is done by the Mammoth. You can get some good scores, but... Oh, wait, no, you know what? It does have snipers readily available to you, and that does help. I would put it probably above Infinity in that case. So, would I? Yeah, because you can have Forerunner weapons too. Yeah, I would put this above Infinity. Shutdown. This level is pretty bad. It's both really not fun to actually play. You can get big scores by killing the Phantoms with the Pelican, but, like, that's a one-time thing. So it's really not all that much unless you're on really high multipliers, and it'll just carry you for the rest of the level. But this is a very long and insufferable level. I would put this in mid. Just about here, but at the very least it does have those Phantoms, but other than that, it's not much. Composer, this is not a great level for challenges. All indoor, not too many enemies, just not really much merit to it. I'd just put it somewhere in mid. Midnight. You do have the broadsword section, which I do believe grants a good bit of score. And I don't feel this level is insufferably long. It is kind of fun. Kinda. It is still limited by it being Halo 4, but I actually have done Golden Moas here, and it's quite easy. It's really easy to farm up Forerunner kills. This is probably the best Halo 4 level for challenges, actually. I would put this, like, here, actually. And that is everything. So this, let me zoom out a little bit so we can get the whole look at the picture. This is my tier list for levels in MCC for challenges, weekly and otherwise. This is, of course, my opinion, obviously. I think you could make some slight alterations for this, but I think it is true that there are levels that are just objectively the best. If I really had to argue for a level, I think I would probably argue for Delta Halo. I'm putting the Covenant above it just because it is the Covenant, and I feel it is a level that deserves respect. But I think these three as the top three best levels. I don't think you can argue this. I think you can argue their placements, but not the levels themselves. I think you could probably argue me down on this one. I just like its usage and what I use it for. And what else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. This, I will say, this is somewhat catered to my interests as a Halo fan. Like, you can notice very obviously that a lot of Halo Reach and Halo 4 levels are just generally lower than Halo 1, 2, and 3 levels. And yes, I am biased because I do like the original games more, but I think you could make, like, if you really wanted to tell me to put, I don't know, if you really wanted me to put Requiem and Savo Highway right next to each other, you could probably get that out of me. But I think Savo Highway is just better. It's just more fun, quicker, it just has more to it. Other than that, I don't think anyone would argue with the levels in bad. I don't think anyone would run these for challenges unless you really like fighting the Flood or you really like Crow's Nest for some reason. But yeah, this is my list for levels in Halo MCC for weekly challenges. Hopefully this is helpful to someone out there who wants to do challenges and rise through the ranks in MCC, get all your Spartan points and all your customization. And yeah, that'll do it.